and the Messina team from Connecticut.
Coming off a star too for Jimmy Mulder.
Yeah, yeah. You're stealing that star from
Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah. And on the right of this match is going to be Campo Piano, which is another Rhode Island team, going up against 49 Fingers, which is Tommy Miller Jr.'s team.
Yes.
And first pitches are thrown.
So it looks like Roy and Derek get it started off here.
Yeah. We already have a slid up 5-pin.
Roy been at it a long time, very accomplished.
Goes for it.
Good try at that. Derek is on his single.
Yep.
One box, one mark.
One thing I did notice about bowling here all weekend, this ball, that ball that you throw does not move into the center at all if you do not put it there. It stays straight as an arrow.
It does. Speed is not your friend here.
No.
You have to.
A lot of 9 drops.
In the pocket when you have speed. Jim Kaufmann off to the right. He's done a lot for our counterpart up there for Duckpins TV. They do the Eastern Classic. They're pretty sure they're going to broadcast again this year. Off to the left for Jim. It's hard to get in here early sometimes. You bowled Friday, you bowled Saturday. Fatigue is a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially Sunday morning, you're stiff. Some people maybe have a hangover, and it's tough to get it going sometimes, even with what's at stake Sunday morning.
Yeah. Well, Holler's not feeling that effect so far. They've gone 9 pick 8 picks. So
a tale of two sides so far, very early.
Oh,
just a nice shot to pick. Nice shot there by Derek Holler. Comes Chastity Gray. You see pellet over on your right. Good solid hit. You see there's corner 2 pinners left often here at Southwest.
Yeah, that was another thing that I noticed. Left 1 or 2 of those.
Their Chastity hits light, pays the price. Sometimes you hit light here, you don't pay the price.
No. It really is how light you hit sometimes. And pellet.
Eric hits them on the board. They're bowling 10-pin. That's a shot. Right?
Yep. Yeah. Grab the house ball. Throw it right in the middle.
And a nice cleanup by Chastity. Eric with a nice looking stroke right there.
Oh, gets the tip over. And the early hang for Chastity.
Shot by Mr. Turner there.
Oh, misses the single wide. Looks like the crowd is coming in a little bit. We have another Connecticut team now standing in front of us.
For sure, this will be
packed.
Standing room only.
Yes.
We'll have to go by the monitor, which is fine. Here is Paul Gross.
Recent Pro Tour winner last year.
The Milky Way on the bottom of his bowling shirts.
Yep. And chops too.
I was one of his defeats proudly. Even better person than bowler.
Oh yes.
All will try for the cleanup here, but the hauler team definitely won the first frame.
Yeah. They are up a lot early. If they can string a few of those together, this might be curtains by frame 5. But then again, in 5-man bowling, you never know.
You never know. A lot of variance with 5-on-5.
Yeah.
All right, good ball there. Leave the 5-pin. As we mentioned, Roy been at it a long time. You probably think it's an advantage to be a younger bowler coming in here on a Sunday morning, just because the body's able to do it a little bit more.
I mean, it depends. I mean, as long as you've been doing it, you know how to prepare your body if you make Sunday. I mean, I don't typically bowl 11 games in a weekend, and my hands are very sore and calloused right now. So I know I would be having trouble holding that ball myself, even as a younger bowler. But for people who have done this for a while, you know, Holly Groves is a clear example of that. You know, you bowl all these games.
Conditioned.
Yeah, your body is conditioned for it.
Your fingertips are a little sore, but the rest is kind of
exactly.
Okay.
You just got to go through the motions at this point and hope and pray for the best.
Roy ran his single down. We have Jim Kaufmann. Gets some bounce around there, leaves a baby split, it looks like.
Yep. And ooh, thought he split it.
Turner to the right. I have never haven't seen her bowl. I've seen her name. I've not seen her bowl.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the southern teams as I am the northern teams, but interesting bowling with the towel in hand.
Yes, that's I don't know if you know the name, but that's a Joe Mann's move.
Yep.
Mike Mann's dad.
Yep.
He bowls with it on his head. He's done it for years.
Yep.
It's fun to watch the people with different styles,
Yep.
different things that they do that makes them feel really comfortable.
Oop, another 5-pin for Team Kaufmann.
Yeah, good ball. Very strong at the line. These first couple of frames.
Yeah. I mean, if you're leaving singles, you're doing something right.
Now with another guy, a lot of accomplishments.
Yep.
Always had that, runs his single down, always had that stroker style, that, fit for the body type that he has.
Yep.
Well, nice try.
If you do notice on 29 right now, I'm going to point it out to you. We bowled against him. I forget what his name is. He's on Messina. He's a two-handed bowler.
And you're starting to see that. You're starting to see that more in the 10-pin game too.
Yeah.
Two-handed bowlers.
Yeah. But it is the first time I've seen it in Dustman that he bowled two-handed. And my God, did he destroy us at Parkville. Do you mind getting this line out of the middle of the 7-pin though?
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Here comes Chastity again.
Chastity looking to get the mark that she didn't get last frame.
Always in the mix in the women's tour. Formidable bowler. Coming off an injury recently, and she's had to come back from. So she told me she's been back for about a month now.
And it looks like she never left. That's what it is with a lot of these good bowlers.
Made it look easy to be popping it up there, relaxed.
Yep. Now Polly Groves going for the corner. Inside out.
Stands him up. He's got that beautiful, the left or right on his ball, natural. Like Turner, it's 2.
It's almost like a candlepin throw.
Yeah, that's you can see it. Lays it down early, gets really low. Which I can do that. When you're 6'4", it's hard to get that low. When you're that size, you can.
Yeah, you can get a little bit lower. Yeah.
But he grew up on all the wood houses.
Yeah.
That's what you had to do.
Yeah, you had to lay it down and. I noticed another one. He's holding the towel.
Yeah. Maybe that's becoming a thing. It's like the blanket with Linus, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis just came over. So
Derek Cass. This guy here's come a long way.
Yeah.
I bowled him in a tournament a couple years ago. He's kind of just getting started doing this.
Yep.
I think he had the breakout game against me, and then he's taken off since.
Oh dear. That's it. It's always the worst and the best to look back on when you're like, hey, I get destroyed by you, and look at you now.
It's been fun to watch him grow. I thought he was a strong bowler then, but to watch him now, it's like, wow.
Going for the corner pin, right on it, in the face. And
just off to the right. Roy pretty much just bowls the big events now. You see him, a few times a year, not as many events as he used to bowl.
yeah.
He's still good when he bowls though.
Yep.
Remember, he had a run, that might have been last Pro Tours. He's one of those tours. He had a nice run.
Yep.
Kaufmann, you see the little bend there as he starts. That gives the swing a little bit more arc there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more your shoulders are kind of slouched down, the higher the swing's going to be.
Yeah.
As opposed to like somebody that stands straight up, the swing's going to get more back. Up.
Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of people misconceive. Like, as you bend over, obviously the swing gets higher. It might be the same amount of swing, but it just looks higher.
Exactly. I don't know if you know him. Bucky Poole comes to mind. Bucky Poole has that little bend and make the swing look higher, but it travels the same distance.
Yep. Yeah. And he's not a very tall fella either.
No.
Whereas you get someone like Phil Dix who is tall and gets that low.
And reaches out and touches
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty fast pace here, moving pretty well. Always amazes you too with these tournaments, how well these lanes kind of operate. There's a lot that could go wrong, and there's a lot that doesn't go wrong. So the mechanics, and Nick can tell you this, they gotta work their butts off for weeks to prepare for this. Sometimes
Yeah, that's That's one thing we get up north too. I work at Dudek, and whenever that Pro Tour comes to town, that week beforehand is always very, very stressful. Just making sure that everything works and is in its right place if something does go wrong.
No doubt. It's a thankless job because you only hear about it when something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Chastity here. Watch Chastity, one of the taller ladies, and the smoothness for the height is pretty impressive.
She's not one that gets down low, but it's still very smooth swing.
Agreed. There's no tension in this swing at all. It's smooth to the line. A good foot speed to the line.
Nice and pendulum-like. And the Southwest Special.
Here we go. Is that our first one?
That's our. I think that's our first one so far. We've had it 2 and 2.
We call that the Chuck Woolery. You might not get the reference.
No, I don't.
Woolery. He's a little younger than us.
Yeah, well, I know who he is. I just don't think I don't get the
He
reference.
used to say, we'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Oh yes, of course, yes.
Hope I get one here.
Chastity off to the left for her single.
We made a bit at that Southwest Special.
And Chastity covers. Team Kaufmann did fall back with 3 marks to Holler's 1 in the second frame, but they still have a pretty sizable lead after around 3 frames there. It's around 50 before this frame that's being bowled here.
We also really haven't had any really bad boxing where you lose a lot of wood.
No.
So those,
Yeah, a lot of 9s so far, but no real. There's a Chuck Woolery as we speak
there's
into
the 2 and 2. The Chuck Woolery.
as you speak it into existence. On the 6 pin, my favorite pin.
I believe Mike Turner has a star when his.
Unfortunately, that's a Nick question. I can't really answer that one for you.
you.
I'll have to take your word for it.
We will get a confirmation on that. Only with a nice try on the Woolery. And a 9 out. Feel like he's got a good ball for that shot. You'd rather not leave it.
No. Left to right, I'm surprised that he actually went for the 2-4 as opposed to the other side and trying to play it off the wall a little bit.
Really cutting 2 there. 3-9. You can tell that he didn't like that after the release. Forward body language will tell you a lot. They know it.
They know it. They know it sometimes as soon as the ball hits the lane. Oh.
To me, Donnie Dove is always fun to watch, but there's always some kind of body language,
Yep.
whether it's really, really good, he's exuberant, or he's frustrated, whatever it is, you're gonna see Donnie Dove.
Donnie Dove on the you get bowlers like the Walt Brooks too who have a lot of emotion in their bowling.
Sure. Hey, it makes it fun.
Yep.
Going for the cleanup anyway.
Obviously, the younger generation, you get the Coveys that also do that as well. Even Jesse, who's 29 right now, get that emotion in their bowling.
As long as you can feed from that emotion in a positive way, it's okay to show a little emotion.
Yeah. And then you have the more even-keeled bowlers like John Green, who
Steve Dreyer.
Yeah.
Very
Who will win and maybe we'll get a fist bump. Ooh, leaves got 6 out of that one. There's a sleeper pin back there in the 9 pin.
You got aggressive on that. I like it.
Yeah.
I've always liked to, when I work with younger bowlers, I would always tell them that when you a single, throw it a little harder on your single.
Yeah.
Throw it a little less hard with the full rep.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you make a lot more errors shooting singles by underthrowing.
Yes.
Make a lot fewer errors overthrow on a single.
A little bit more room for error, obviously, with the full rack, but
Sure.
just so long as you're lined up and you're throwing it properly, then it's not terrible advice. Wes says no, he doesn't have a star, but he will soon.
Okay.
And Teeny, we do apologize. David would not put the scoreboard up for us. He didn't trust us enough.
And Nick is bowling. In case anybody's just tuning in, Nick is bowling. David is bowling. Those guys are getting a well-deserved, not a day off, but maybe a half day off from up in forever duties anyway.
Yes, Nick is on 29-30, while David is way to our left on 17 and 18. Is it 15, 16, 17, 18, one somewhere over there.
Kyle and I we're the JV crew, but we're trying to keep you informed the best we can.
Split some.
Good shot. I like how you stay down on that all the way through. Doesn't pop up too early.
Yep.
Stability at the finish gives you that true ball. Let's see what Paulie does here. That ball dances, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That just had so much roll on it.
I didn't know if it was gonna get to the head pin. I'll be honest, but once it hits, if those pins fall down, Chastity. Ooh.
Clean rip for Chastity.
That also does happen here a lot. Oh, I didn't see the sleeper for
I
Paulie.
didn't see it either. I couldn't see that from the monitor. Oh, that was a spin.
Yeah. You have to remember, as much as this match is going on right in front of us, as I stated earlier, we do have Southwest filling up for the conclusion of Fed matches here. So we don't have the clearest line of view towards the pins. So we're basing our assumptions off on the monitor.
Absolutely, and even the scoreboard itself, we can see what you can see.
Yeah, well, I'll have a decent eye. Chuck said that I have to be the eyes on the scoreboard, so I'll hopefully keep everybody informed with that. I can see it pretty well from here. So. We got one more frame to bowl
there, Mike. Yes, nice stroke there.
Two more marks for Kaufmann this go round. No marks for Holler. So they're making a little bit of a comeback right now. Although spoke that one into existence. 2 and 1 going into two marks for Kaufmann, 1 for Holler. Going into the 5th frame.
Derek Cass. So how do you rate Derek's beard?
That was one gnarly beard.
I like it.
On the single.
We think of some of the great beards in duck pins. Tommy Osborne comes to mind.
Yep.
That great big long beard.
Yep.
He's got the long beard to go with it.
Yep. Oh, we got Phil Clow up north. Can't candle pinner, but also a very good duck pin bowler. Ooh, strike
shots. She's listed as a 92 average bowler, but I've seen some pretty good balls.
Yeah. I will be not surprised if she passes that 92 mark.
But you know, in this event, and this is what this event's pretty much about, you do have a lot of lower average bowlers who will overachieve.
Yep.
Makes the tournament fun.
I mean, our first 200 of the weekend was from a 117 bowler at Pinland.
You just never know.
You never know when it's going to happen.
Tell people you don't have to have that average to have a great game like that for one year.
No, you don't. Even if it is lightning in a bottle, it can't happen to anyone. They will be looking to cover for the 10.
Was that a single or was there
that was a single, but
Derek Holler?
Yeah, it was just for a 10. Chastity looking to recover from the chop last frame.
Another good ball from Eric Pellet.
That's one thing about Eric. He will pound that head pin as soon as he finds it. He is relentless on that pocket.
He looks smoother than I've seen him for a while.
Chastity, there we go.
That was the perfect Southwest ball. Good ball, but the perfect for this place. One of the ideal balls.
That's what he just said. Nick Lloyd comes over as soon as Chuck Cook says ideal ball. Nick Lloyd comes over and says the perfect ball for Southwest. Also Roy Kochevsky.
Like, you gotta like that snap. Watch the snap when he bowls. When he arrives at the line, it's great snap. Unfortunate 7-8 lead for Eric.
He's another one of those tall guys that gets that knee bend, gets low, but relatively low. Wow.
Good leverage.
Yeah. Gets that little bit of knee bend. Gets that balance and perfect shoulder rotation. Four marks for Team Holler that go around. Fortunately, I don't have the names in front of me, and I'm not as familiar with these guys. Who was the third bowler for Team Holler?
For the Holler team?
Yeah, for the Holler team.
Derek.
Derek, yeah. So Derek, the only one not able to mark that go around. 2 strikes and 2 9 picks.
We have 2 Derek. Derek Holler, Derek Cass.
Oh, okay.
I guess I call them Frederick, Western Maryland bowlers. They're not really Baltimore bowlers.
Yeah.
But obviously, you have the New Englanders that you're familiar with.
Yeah, we have the Rhode Island, we have the Connecticut.
You hear the crowd ramping up in here a little bit. The emotion starts to run high.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
As the crowd starts filling in a little bit more, little by little, Holly Groves going for the 2-1 there.
And sometimes the crowd that you hear aren't even the bowlers.
No. And obviously Rhode Island does travel in packs, and if a Rhode Island team does make it to the finals, usually you'll see a big Rhode Island contingent behind them. The same is true with Connecticut.
Which is really the definition of the tournament.
Yes.
You know, North versus South, and even though that there is some mixing.
Yeah, there is no, looking at the bracket, there was no Rhode Island on Rhode Island in the opening matches. Usually there's a good mix of Maryland versus Rhode Island, Maryland versus Connecticut going on in this field. And we have the Connecticut versus Rhode Island crew with Nick Lloyd fill-in on the right screen there, but
fraternizing.
A lot of mixed matchups in this first round. You'll get a lot more Maryland on Maryland, Rhode Island on Rhode Island in the second round.
Okay, the good thing is that this tournament's still going really strong. You still have a great big group from the north, and people are coming from all over.
Yes.
You even have bowlers that moved out of state and no longer bowl regularly, and they'll come in for this tournament.
Yep. A la Joey Sears.
Joey Sears from South Carolina.
Yep.
I like that little bout that he does. It gets him going.
Yep.
Not for everyone, but it works for him.
Everybody with their each unique style.
Trish just steals a couple there.
Still filling though. Still a very makeable spare. Right on it.
Nice comeback there.
A little bit of a light ball though. I think a little bit of a heavier ball might have had that, but I think she kind of just wanted to hit the pins.
Exactly. A little deflection there. She got it there.
Jesse with a grenade on lane 29.
Probably, we'll just say a solid $150 to $200 in here, people.
Yes. So far.
Obviously,
Definitely filling in more down the end than towards we're up against the wall, so we kind of can't really have too many people down here. As space becomes very limited.
Now the volume will come down a little bit as teams get eliminated and go home, but the noise will actually come up.
Yes, as teams condense a little bit more. Pellet on the head pin, crosses over, gets the strike.
That's a really good ball.
Roll arounds.
Good ball by Derek. That was really good.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a time coming for Eric Pellet too. He's been on the head pin since frame 1.
Off the side. Eric.
Pin comes spinning through the 1-2 there. That was another thing I noticed. A lot of action coming toward the foul line as opposed to toward the well.
That's characteristic of this place too. You will see a lot of the strikes, like you said, coming forward.
Kurt covers. Did he? I don't know if he covered or not. I don't know if they need to fix that score.
Oh, he's shaking his
head. He might have missed it. I know I might have missed him.
We'll find out. That will definitely be corrected. If not,
Cassidy going for the double. Polly Groves.
Good ball, shows some emotion there.
9 into the 10.
You know, we all want doubles in this game as bowlers, but we will take a non-drop after a strike any day.
Yes. And remember, you need to get 1 to get 2, and that's what Polly's thinking. Chastity off.
Unfortunately, this is the dreaded 10 pin. I feel like for her style and the way she had kind of attacked the line, that's a tough pin for her.
Yeah. That another bowler. Obviously, we one of the few past broadcasts. Jimmy Mulvihill also has trouble with that 10 pin there.
And yeah, but then
a lot of bowlers, a lot of right-handers. I feel have issues with that 10 pin.
There's days that shot feels like a Hail Mary. Probably the same for left-handed bowlers on the 7 pin, I think, yes.
Yeah, unless you are one of those right to left or left to right bowlers, depending on what hand you are, that corner pin probably feels very difficult to get. I know Bill Fox has that left to right.
Yeah.
He's not a fan of the 7 pin. I can't imagine that Polly Groves is a fan of the 7 pin either, with the way that he bowls.
There's nowhere for your ball to go in that.
No.
Mike looking to save a couple here.
So a markless frame for Team Pollard. 2 strikes there.
Yes.
Team Hoffman. Nope. I'll just shut my mouth.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. I'll shut my mouth and let them do the bowling as they strikes. As I was saying, a markless frame, and
yeah,
goes up there and throws a bomb.
Unfortunate split there for Roy. Looks like Nick Louis' team, they look like they just took a small lead, so we'll see what happens with that mid-game. Most of these games, you know, are mid-game approaching.
Looking like Jesse's on double over there.
Should make them dance a little bit.
Chesky looking to get something out of this frame.
These pins are all important here. They add up.
Yes, they do.
Losing wood on your third ball is a silent killer. You know, realizing it until the end. Light hit there for Jimmy.
So it's looking like it's about a 7-pin lead right now. 1 strike in the 7th, 2 strikes in the 6th for Kaufmann. 1 strike in the 7th for Holler, excuse me. So it's about a 70-pin lead going on. If Kaufmann can string a few of these strikes together, it might make it a little bit more interesting going into the 9th and 10th. It's the red line.
It is not a big doubles house. You do get them occasionally, but it seems like once you get the double, often you get the triple.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a few 5-baggers here yesterday, actually. One from my team, Donnie Chacoyan. I'm gonna shout him out, and then we had Brian Vest get a 4-bagger against us on the first game in the afternoon. He threw a 200 game in the evening. That game was also that game was against the Candlepin team of John Blaze and Joe Corbett and Nathan Fontaine. And Joe Corbett actually threw a 219 that game. So we had Brian Vest throw 200, and he gets bested by 19 pins by Joe Corbett on the other side.
Wow. What was the fair game you were on for that?
So that game was on.
You remember?
It was towards the lower side. I think it was like 9 or 10, somewhere around there.
And typically here, the really high scores tend to be on the higher, on the right.
Yeah, Donnie's 5-bagger was on the higher end, but a lot of strikes falling toward that lower end too. I mean, even Jesse had that 195 game where he had the 5-bagger. That was on the lower end as well.
I mean, you do have some harder throwers that can still score here. It's just the margin of error is a little bit less. Like, obviously, you spoke of Jesse and you spoke of Vest having the big game. That's really hard throwing.
Yeah,
still seems to do well here.
Yeah. Sometimes the pin action doesn't matter if you can blow 10 in the pit. So
exactly, and they're making the ball do something too. If it's just hard without a lot of rotation, it's just fast. It doesn't. It has a tendency to not do it.
Yeah. Covers the one pinner. First mark for Kaufmann this go around. Holler will finish with 2 marks on their side.
I think Mike thought he had that. Only for the 10 anyway.
Paulie coming up on the strike. Off to the left, gets 3. Leaves the youth league.
Looks like he got a little east or west there. Uncharacteristic to call it.
Gets it in. Covers.
Not matter. He covers anyway. Just the beauty of bowling on a strike. 2 balls.
Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse.
Yes.
You chop that 2 and you say, okay, you're still filling, and then you fill that hole, and then the unsettledness starts setting in.
Good push and mix there for Roy.
Just looked up. Jesse has a triple. So Lloyd's team is further expanding that lead that they have.
Which means you get to listen to us for at least another game.
I don't know the result on David's.
On David.
I'll go check that. I'll go check that in a frame or 2.
Hopefully those guys are both doing well. They do.
They deserve it. Yeah.
They do a lot for this.
Currently going on the match in front of us, it is 539 for Team Holler versus 480 currently for Team Kaufmann.
Yeah, they're going to need to get something going here.
Yeah.
Some strikes.
You did get 2 marks for Team Kaufmann, but that only matched what Team Holler had. She did not think she had that.
Yeah.
It was a lot closer than I think she thought.
Yes. That ball actually reacted a little weird.
There it is. Runs it down for the 10.
for Derek Haller. That's a good shot.
Yes.
That's a really good shot.
Sometimes at this house you don't see that back pin go, but he gets a little tip over on that.
The next time he's up, Derek Haller, kind of just noticed this. He backswing and it's set up. Almost a little Matthew Buckingham. Matthew obviously has that 3-step.
Yeah. Chassis leaves the 2 in the middle. Pellet going for the corner pin, picks it up. Pellet actually having a quietly good game here. He was 106 in the 7th. He's on the mark in the 8th now, but unfortunately, he'll need a little bit more help from his teammates. Chassis covers the 2 pins there.
Nice rundown by Chassis there. And like you mentioned earlier, I mean, Pellet's just been blistering the pocket.
The other Eric on the pocket.
So we have 2 Erics and 2 Derricks.
2 Erics and no 2 Derricks.
Would be a good team name. 2 Erics and 2 Derricks. Turner leaving the 7 pin. How many Turners do we have in bowling? A lot of Turners.
A lot of Turners, yes.
Many of them illegal.
Barely
It
gets
hangs
that.
on. He uses a little body language to get that one in runs.
Now Polygroves coming up, looking to get something going for his team. Maybe start a rally toward the end. Big strike for Polygroves.
That's why they call him Abe.
Unfortunately for Team Kaufmann. Ooh, Jesse going for the 4-bagger, leaves the 4 pin there. But as I was gonna say, it might be a little bit too late on that one. Team Haller does have 4 marks in the 8th, as opposed to just 2 for Team Kaufmann. Yes, time is ticking, and time is ticking very, very quickly, and that does not help.
Much like baseball, you know, with bowling, there's no clock, so you can't hide behind a clock. You have to bowl 10 frames, and that's what you have. I feel like Roy's left all of these types of splits. It's a little surprising because he really doesn't try to power the ball. He throws it out.
Yeah, he does. So him leaving the splits means he's kind of directly on the pins, which is, especially in this early section in the morning, is not really exactly where you want to be.
And he's not a snap, doesn't really snap it really hard, but he gets his arm very well and gets it out on the lanes really well.
4-6.
He had the 4-6.
Derek Cass with a 9.
Kaczewski had the 4-6 left. He had a clear Deadwood, and Southwest decided to clear his pins because they marked the second pin, or the second ball. So unfortunately, they will have to reset it. We would get rid of that spammer in the chat, but unfortunately, our mods are also probably bowling. So our one sword wielder, or one of our sword wielders, is currently bowling as well.
That's a tough pick there for Keisha. Rip the middle. Only get one. You know, of course, you're trying to get the 3 and the 3. It's ballers lose more pins ripping the middle probably than anything else.
Yeah.
When you lose them in chunks like that, it's usually when you're ripping.
Yes. But as mentioned earlier, you said she's the 92. She's above 92 right now, with a frame to go.
Yeah.
And that does nothing but help out your team.
That's humongous.
I'm gonna go run down and check on David's score real quick, and I'll come right back.
We're really finally getting to shoot his shot here. Screen is going a little blurry here. Really shakes his head in frustration. Do not blame him. There's Derek Holler. Another really good ball. Big shot there by Derek. And he knew it on the release. Jim Kaufmann, unfortunate split there, 7-8. Jimmy with a good try there. We have an update on that. I'll wait for you there.
He was just up there. He was just over here. I'm surprised he didn't get to the update himself. However,
we have a double for Derek.
We got a double for Derek. Okay, well, it's about even over there. They are bowling Team Catlow, which is Jace Napolitano, who just recently won the New England Tournament Series inaugural stop. You got Bob Catlow, Steve Borges. That team's doing pretty well. They're pretty much even with them. Richie Hipkins just hit a strike as I was walking away, as he does. But they were practically even going into that last
two
going
frames. To the ninth.
Yeah, Jace actually had a 142 going into the last 2 frames, I believe. So. Oh, sorry, he's a 142 in the ninth right now.
So we have a tricky triangle for Chastity.
Again, with that 9.
Playing machine right now. Chastity didn't like that one.
They kind of rolled off her fingers a little bit. That's more what she was looking for.
Yes. So Eric said he took the train down this time, so no flight delays as he often has.
Well, it's snowing up in Connecticut and Rhode Island right now. I actually just got the update from my parents.
Ooh, right through the middle, and you can see it. You can see it. The last 10 feet, it just didn't bite. Slips up, a little off balance, but it is true. All you have to do is hit it.
Doesn't always have to be pretty. Follow through. Coming up. Trying to keep this mark streak he has going. Two marks, just that double for Team Pollock going into the last frame.
There's a mixer. And there we go, another one for Paul.
Double for Pauly. The last three bowlers go 9-pick strike for Team Kaufmann. So they're on 4 marks. Team Holler's on 2. So we'll call it around, I don't know, 40 pin games. It's 659 to 605 right now. They definitely made things a little bit more interesting going into this last frame.
They're going to definitely need some defense, and they're obviously going to have to mark.
Yeah, and that chop right there does help them a little bit. Roy, if you could get in the pocket and get a hit here. Oh.
Roy's been treated here pretty rudely.
Yeah, for having a 126. Roy is having to work for every single one of those kids. You'll start to hear the emotion come up in the 10th frame from the bowlers a little bit more.
As the stakes get higher here, especially in close matches. They turn that. But not a bad result.
Favorable lead. Off to the left. And gets the cover. Another bonus ball for Team Kaufmann. This gap is closing.
Tisha with a nice job there. 92 average. Shot above that. Nice job.
Again, that does nothing but help your team.
So obviously in this situation, you'd rather be the team being chased rather than the team chasing, but you do feel the pressure when you are being chased.
Yes, currently that lead is down to 45 right now, and you have the doubles for Holler up, and now you're staring down 4 marks from Team Kaufmann.
And even with the lead, you're feeling that a little bit.
Oh yes, of course. That ball drifted on Eric. It did.
Well, they say in this game you really shouldn't chase strikes. Really not a strike game, but there are situations that it's going to have to be a strike.
Yep.
But there are times you have to kind of sell out a little bit for strikes.
Gets the cover there. 7 spare. So 1 bonus ball for Team Holler. But you still got the 9 spare coming up from Eric. And Holly's double still looms large in the distance.
Yes.
Matching 150 games from the 3-hole bowlers. Eric approaching for Team Holler. Chastity. Sorry, Eric for Team Kaufmann. Chastity for Team Holler.
In these games we will try to get you other results from the bracket.
Yep.
Teams that had a bye yesterday, a bye today, they'll start their first game the next round.
Yep, we have one undefeated team. Weirdly enough, from my division, Division D. Ran the table 11-0.
That's hard to do. That's impressive. There's just so many factors. Catching teams at the right time or the wrong time.
Yep. Chastity goes 8 out. On his 9 pick.
Oh,
Gets 9 on it. 141 for Eric. 121 for Chastity.
here comes Paul on that double.
Here comes Paul on that double. However, with that double from the three
From
Derek Holler, he that lead is expanded. It is up to around a 30-pin lead, but Paulie looking to close that and close it fast.
Oh,
Ooh.
maybe as good of a ball as the 2 strikes. Possibly even better. You can see him put that extra snap on that ball. He had to have that.
He had to have it. And that pretty much spells curtains for Team Kaufmann. And Hawley misses, and that will do it. Team Holler advances.
Congratulations to Haller. Nice weekend for Kaufmann. So we'll kind of wait here and find out what everyone does.
Yep. And the match directly to the left that just finished. 49 Fingers defeated Team Campopiano. So Tommy Miller Jr.'s team will be moving on.
All you can do at this point is kind of look around and see who's taking their shoes off and see who's moving their balls to the next lane.
Yep. I believe that Yay Bowling, which is me and Femino's team, they have been defeated as well.